Hi, it's Sue with Everyday Artisan again, and I'm here pretty darn early with my March wrap-up of both my wears and my makes. Gonna start with the wears, and actually I did really good this month. I wore something 10 different times. If you're following me along on my Instagram, you see the pictures on my stories. I post whenever I wear something. And it got me wondering about Me Made May. Am I going to try and wear something every day? I'm just calling this Me Made 2026 and not putting any pressure on myself because I love the idea of kind of holistically wearing things when I'm going out and about and functionally. Like, I'm not going to post this outfit, even though I'm wearing it today. I'm not going to wear it all day. When I'm done with this video, I'm probably going to take it off and go put on my grubby clothes and play in my garden. So, March wears. Let's see, let's start with the Rose Shawl. This is the second time I'm wearing that, and I'm wearing it with my navy sewn Betty cardigan and with a Alabama Shannon burgundy plain top underneath. And I did want to mention about the Rose Shawl. I know I told you guys before about how it's kind of really a thick, heavy shawl, as opposed to, I kind of like the single layer scarf, throw it on, make it easy. And this one is definitely double layer. You can see it's got the camel on the back and the navy on the front. Actually, I think I was calling it tan in my other video. And I actually pulled out my Alabama Shannon color cards to make sure I was telling you the right name. Camel. So I think what I may do, we'll see, it's probably not gonna get worn much the rest of this year because, again, heavy. But what I may end up doing, you can tell I used the instructions from Studio Style exactly. And it was made in 3 pieces. You can see that it's got the 3 different pieces. I could take this camel just out from the middle and then it wouldn't be so thick around my neck, or I could do the whole no waist thing like the Sonia scarf was and cut all the camel off and just leave it here at the bottom. So I haven't quite figured out. Okay, give that one a while to simmer and see what I decide to do. Okay, next wear was my black scarf with the navy chain stitch, and I forget the name of this stencil. I don't know if it was ever something the School of Making did. It was just in her collection, although I say that, I bought this scarf kit from the School of Making. So anyway, love this scarf, wear it all the time, goes with everything. You can see I'm wearing it. It's what I take on vacation with me. I'm out on Staten Island Ferry. I'm wearing it with a burgundy raincoat. It's what I wish the Rose Shawl was as far as ease of wear. Next, I'm wearing my black long sleeve bolero, single layer, where I used some of my excess faded fabric and did the square technique just around the border of the sleeve. I'm actually going to show you a second picture. I really love, this is such a labor intensive technique, but boy, I really like it. After that, I was just wearing a plain old reversible corset that I made out of a t-shirt I got for being a part of Maker Fest, and made it reversible, put it on black on the other side. I like the Maker Fest side because the seams are on that side, so a little bit of black poking through. Really interesting. It must have been a warm day in March for me to be able to wear that. Next, I'm wearing my Twilight and Navy Tank. It is negative reverse applique, Facets stencil, the navy's on top, Twilight underneath. I actually have another picture because I wanted to be able to see the technique better. That's always the fun part, is being able to see the technique. This one's navy on navy, by the way. Tank dress, Facets, negative reverse applique. But I'm wearing that with that navy sewn Betty cardigan, and that's a good outfit. I liked that one. Next, I'm wearing my Twilight jacket with the white pleated ruffle and a little bit of a navy trim on it. I really love this jacket, and it's the only time I've ever used the plain jacket pattern. And I've got a make rolling around in my head that I want to use that pattern again. That pattern's a little tight on my sleeves, so I want to play with it. But here's what I'm thinking. I have this bolero that, you know, as I've been playing with scarves lately, I'm like, I never do anything with that bolero. It's a little much. It's a little crazy. But what I'm thinking is doing that plain jacket pattern and just sewing this on the edge of it. She has a jacket that she's done this with. Hers is not a plain, but for me, if I did this end design, I think that would be too much. Maybe not, I don't know. But that is rolling around in my head. I don't think it's my immediate need, because I don't think it's something I would wear until, I don't know, would I wear that in spring, summer? I don't think so. But I think it would definitely help me wear more of the things in the light side of my wardrobe. Okay. Then I wore my faded tank with the black swing skirt. Simple, easy, throw that on. Actually, I'm going to show you another picture that I didn't post on Instagram with the shoes. I need to find a good pair of black shoes. Look, I'm not even wearing shoes today. Anyone have a good suggestion for black shoes? Put them down below. I'm thinking about throwing those ones out. Okay, next wore the black and navy Ezra Blazer, Magdelena stencil, negative reverse applique. But the reason I wanted to wear that outfit is because I could wear my ruffled purse with it. I love this purse. It is so cute. So ruffles 2 days in a row. What do you know? This was just made out of a swatch. So real simple, easy to make. I don't think she still has the instructions on her website, on the journal, or on the School of Making community page. But I did do a blog post about it, so I will link that down below. This was such a fun make. I need to wear it more often. Okay, then next day I wore the Sonia scarf again. This time under that navy Betty again. I guess navy is a good color for me for March. But the best part about this picture is what I'm standing in front of. That was one of my March makes, was those café curtains. And I'm going to tell you about those when I get to the make section. Okay, and then finally, I wore my white sleeveless bolero. It's the Angie's Falls stencil. I did a gray paint. It's negative reverse applique. I used red thread. That's the only time I've ever kind of done a, well, that's not true, my black and scarf. Anyway, I don't often do a contrasting thread color, and that was one of the times I've done that. I'm wearing it in my Instagram picture with this white long sleeve shirt. I'm going to go ahead and reveal all my secrets and post the picture of me. I thought I was going to wear it with this gray shirt, which I thought, oh, the gray with the gray paint, contrast, it's going to look great. But the gray shirt was a little too tight. And I was so vain, I didn't want to post that picture on Instagram. Don't know why I'm showing it to you now on YouTube. And it's going with those shoes in the to give away pile. But I'm definitely paring down and figuring out how to wear my wears. I don't really love that white bolero with the white shirt underneath because the white on white, they were too different. So I've got a little red top I can wear with it sleeveless, but it was too cold to go sleeveless here these past couple days. So that was what I wore in March. The makes. I don't know if you can tell what I'm wearing has an underskirt. So what I'm currently wearing is my navy on navy tank dress, negative reverse, facets, and even I'm going to come up here and show you with my knots on the outside. So super textured. But I finally finished my single layer black, I think I used the fitted pattern skirt in the midi length with a 1-inch border of armor beading. And so let's see if I can see the sequins. This has been on my work in progress pile for, I'm gonna say, at least 3 years, which is, I'm so glad to have it off that pile. I know you all know, if you watch any of my videos, you know I love the layered look. I love some of the looks from this book. This is Alabama Shannon Studio Sewing and Design. I'm gonna go, so like this look, whoop, something popped out. That's got a midi skirt with the armor beading at the bottom. She's got ones with the black, like this is a bolero with the armor beading at the bottom. I feel like that's not showing through on the video, sorry. So I'm just so excited. I think that the single layer black will go under a lot of the other skirts in my wardrobe. Like I think it will go under this just plain black and gray skirt really well. I think it'll go under this pewter and black skirt really well. Maybe I'll do a try on video with just it and some different combinations. If you want me to do that, let me know down below. And then of course the cafe curtains. These were a piece of fabric that I had cut out a long time ago and painted. I was thinking I was going to make a table runner out of it back when I had a stitching studio, but that never happened. Life got in the way, got distracted. And so this has kind of been hanging just painted with no plan or anything to do with it for at least 5 or 6 years. So I decided, hey, I didn't like what I had hanging up in my bathroom. I'm gonna make cafe curtains. So I cut the long table runner in half and stitched it up. So it's just got a gray paint on a white fabric with white background, reverse applique, Magdelena stencil, and it still needs a little more work. I think I need to make them a little wider. You know, I was working with what I had. So I'm gonna probably put like a 2-inch border on either side, and so that it covers the whole window so my neighbors don't see in my bathroom. But I'm really loving it so far. It brings so much light into the room. I love the way the light really emphasizes the stencil. That one was a big win. So March was this skirt and the curtains. So what am I going to be working on in April? Well, I don't know if you can tell, what I'm currently wearing is one of these cropped cardigans. You know I love these things. This particular one is black and navy. And to be honest with you, I don't really wear it that much. You know, my plain ones, the cream, the black, the navy, I wear those all the time. So I signed up for Alabama Shannon's, or the School of Making's, Christina Rose workshop that they're doing April 8th. Now the Christina Rose, if you don't know what that is this technique. And I have never done it before. You know, obviously, you know, I just finished the beading on the skirt because I just got the beading needle, and I've started doing a lot more with that technique. So I'm really excited. So I'm going to take this cardigan and just make a couple of navy roses on it, something like that, with some, hopefully with some navy chop beads or something, which I'm really excited about. I know last month you saw that I had printed out the Sonia stencil off of the School of Making's community page. Now that I'm an unlimited member, I have access to stencils and patterns. So I had printed out the Sonia. Well, in order to do the Christina Rose, I went and printed out this stencil as well. But it's a little bit daunting. There's a lot of little small squiggles and lines. I'm not sure I'm going to do a whole placement of the stencil. What I think I'm going to do, I have until the 8th to get ready to do it, I think, is it's got like 3 different sizes of roses. There's a small one, there's a larger one, and so I think I'm just going to do a single placement of each of those roses sizes and do kind of just placement. I'm not doing an all over design on this. I'm just going to place a few kind of around the top and the neck area, I think. Kind of patterning it off of this shirt as an example of what they've done. I'm hoping the navy on the black really shows up, but I'm excited to do that. The other thing that's still in my work in progress pile, I know you saw the white long sleeve wrap top that I was wearing in my last video, and I was going to be putting binding on that. That's still on the pile. I don't have it with me, but the other thing is, if you have watched any of my videos, the one that's called The Big Mistake, you may recognize this top. It was a poncho kit, Anna's Garden, white on white with kind of a light silver paint that I worked up in negative reverse applique. But what I did was I used a cross back top pattern instead of the poncho. I put this pattern on, but my big mistake was, you know how with pattern pieces, you usually are able to fold over your fabric and therefore cut one piece and it comes 2 different ways. Well, couldn't do that based on the way the poncho kit was. It wouldn't have worked. So I accidentally made 2 pieces that looked exactly alike. So instead of this and this, it was this and this. And so in the back, what I ended up doing in order to wear it last summer was I just put a plain white piece in the right direction on the one side. So now I'm like, okay, I put this on the mannequin. I'm like, okay, we got to figure it out. I put a lot of work into this. I love the idea of a white summer top. Let me start working on this now so it can be ready for summer. So what I think I'm going to do, I'm not quite sure yet. I thought it might be fun. I have some of the painted fabric left over. I think I might put like just one little flower right here and then put the binding all over on it and call it a day. You know, the single layer, the white, looks really kind of flimsy right now, but I'm thinking when I put the white binding on it, that will shore it up, if you will. So for April, I've got the Christina's Rose on this top. I've got the white binding on this. I've got the white binding on the long sleeve wrap top. Still got that boa thing rolling around in my head. I think that's it for right now. I'm sure something will come up. I know I've been talking about a belt project for a while, which let me put up a picture of kind of where I'm thinking. And in this picture, I'm actually wearing the white wrap top. So it's all going to come together. This one is a black and pewter one. I've got these little squares of different samples of different techniques that I've tried with the black and pewter. And now I'm like, lots of things rolling around in my head. Anyway, I hope you are getting inspired to do some stitching of your own, to wear some of the things that you've made, to just be creative in general. And thank you for joining me today. I hope you had a great March. I hope you're gonna have a good April. And I'd love to hear what you're working on or what you're thinking. So leave a comment down below. I'm going to leave a bunch of links to if I have a blog post or a Pinterest page or anything on any of the items that I've worn or talked about. I'll link that below. And thank you for joining me. And I hope I see you again next month if I don't post anything before then. Oh, I was going to say, if you want me to make a video where I try on the different outfits with this layer skirt, let me know. I'd be happy to do that. Yeah, thanks so much.